Okay, we're back. Let's finish up this door. What I did off the screen is I just resized my doorknob a little bit. We're gonna clean the door up. I wish I could redo. I mean, I could, but I want to redo the hinges, but I'm not going to. We'll see how they render when we get to the lighting section. Okay, the door trim we are going to keep. What we need to do is you can do a select by name if you want to, and search for your shapes like that. I'm going to hit H, and I'm going to find my shapes, which is the door trim, the initial shape that we use, and I'm just going to delete it because I don't need it, and the shape that goes around the door. I'm going to delete that too. Okay, so we got that. What I want to do now is make sure that everything's working properly. Okay. I want to select it all, go up to group and group it. Call it D underscore group 01. Okay, just like that. And we are going to unhide our walls. Just like that. Good to go. Now what we need to do is start putting the doors in. So let's do that. Sounds good to me. Okay. We'll probably run into some problems here because I'm looking at it now and it just seems as though like this looks smaller, this looks bigger. Some doors are actually bigger in the house than the others. Like the front door is bigger than the bedroom door, and the laundry room door will be bigger than the bedroom door because you have to fit the washer and dryer in there. So we'll probably have to do some scaling. But anyway, let's get to work. Let's hit F3 to bring up wireframe, and I'm gonna bring up my move tool. I'm gonna hit S for snaps and make sure that this is on 3 and on vertex. And then I'm going to select. Just select right here at this edge, this vertice, hold down shift, click it, and drag a new one and snap it there in the new place. Hit F3 to make sure it's there, and it is. Okay. The door is opening up the wrong way, so let me zoom out just a little bit. Alright, we're going to mirror it. We're not going to do any kind of copying. We want the wire, or we want the hinges on the outside, so I'm going to hit OK, just like that. Alright. And wireframe. Select right here. Bring out the move tool, of course. And snap it into place like that. F3. And that's exactly where that needs to be. Okay, good. So we have that one. Select this group right here, and what we'll do is take snaps off, shift rotate 90 or negative 90 degrees, and that's the way the door opens. And we'll hit F3 and move tool with snaps, and we'll snap this into place right there. Hit F3 to make sure that's in right. And that is. Alright, that looks good. You see this closet door is actually smaller, so we're going to have to scale. So let me hit S to take off snaps, and I'm going to drag one out. Hit OK. I'm going to rotate it negative 90. Hit F3, bring up my snaps again, my move tool. And I'm going to snap this into place. F3. And make sure that all looks good, which it does. Alright. If you don't know exactly which way the door should swing, unhide your CAD file and you'll see these yellow marks. This indicates that the door will swing open this way. So the doorknob has to be right here to swing open that way. Okay? Just in case you didn't know. Alright, I'm not going to put the door here because, I don't know, it doesn't matter. And one thing is I left the Turbo Smooth on in the viewport just to show what you could do if you didn't want to. Let's open this group and select this, right? You can always go here and turn this off and just turn on render iterations to 2, okay, like that. And it'll look like this in the viewport, but when you render it, it'll show up nice and smooth. So it works for you know, decreasing your scene. So if you want to go through there and do that, I should have did that before I actually started copying it everywhere, but you know, that's no big deal. For my computer, it'll be able to handle it, but you might want to do that. And I'll probably go back in there sometime and actually turn those off. Okay, so let's take, let's say we take this group and take our snaps off and just bring one out. Okay. And let's turn it around 90 degrees. F3. Get my move tool out, hit snaps. F3 to make sure it's in the right spot. And it is. Alright, take off snaps, drag one out, hit OK, turn it 90 degrees, back. I think that might be the right size. Just looked different. I don't know. F3. Snaps. And put it in the right spot. Yeah, that was right. Okay, but I think the doorknob actually, how does it open? CAD file. Actually swings open this way, so the doorknob's on the wrong side. Alright, so we'll turn it around. The no clone, let's turn it around on the y-axis. Hit F3. And snap that into place, and now it's right. Make sure everything's good. And it is. Alright, the reason I put the doors in here is because we will render this bedroom. I didn't put it in here because we're not going to render this one. Alright, so next up would be the kitchen and the living room. And there's another thing. With this door right here, it actually has a different front to it. And if you want to, you know, you don't have to leave your doors flat like this. Mine are just flat wood. You can always put some louvers in there, or which is what this is. My water heater is in this room, and it has louvers in it. Those little blade-looking things, those little wood blades. You can do that. The front door has bevels, which I will end up doing some kind of thing. Okay, so what I want to do first, which I know that the front door is actually bigger than the bedroom doors. I'm going to F3 and bring out my snaps, and I'm going to snap this into place here because I know that's exactly where it needs to be. Hit F3. Okay, so it's just a little bit long here. Let me take snaps off and pull this out a little bit, and I'm going to take a measurement of this really quick. Snaps 3 foot. Okay, that's perfect then. Okay, so F3. Snaps back into position. Hit F3. I want to scale this door out because the door is just a little bit too thin, and I need it to be a little bit wider. It needs to be 3 foot through this way. Actually, a little more than that. The CAD file is not exactly 100% accurate, I'm noticing. But the architect did what she could, and it works for me. I could scale this, but with the problem with scaling is that it's going to scale the doorknob. It's going to look really flat if I do it. Like I'll show you if I take snaps off. If I started moving this into position, you'll notice that it skews this, and it looks really, really bad. So I don't want to do that. What I'm going to do instead is open this And I'm going to take this and I'm going to detach that from the group. Take this and I'll delete it since we're not going to have a doorknob on the outside, we could care less. And then I'll close the group again. And this time when I do it, the doorknob's going to stay still. Alright. And I'm just going to adjust this by scaling. You can do it any way you want to. Oops. Any way you want to. I'm choosing to scale it because since this is all flat wood, it doesn't really matter that I do it this way. The hinges should still look alright too. Okay, F3. And now the door's where it needs to be, I believe. Actually, it might be just a little bit too big. No, it's right. Okay. And if you want to open the door to this thing, which I wouldn't recommend, you know, you can put the doorknob back on here. So let me do that really quick. Let me open this group. Let me select this. And do I want to? You know, I'm never going to open it. Let's close this. Let's mirror this. Because I want the hinges on the inside because the door opens to the outside. And we'll do it that way. Let's mirror this. Which way? It's upside down. There we go. On the Y. Hinges need to be on this left side. F3. And snap it into place. There we go. F3. I'll select that. Let's bring in the doorknob. And you can parent this to the door if you want to. Really is not going to hurt if you don't. You know, the one thing we didn't add was the little metal thing in here that the doorknob actually clicks to. We didn't do that. Should have, but you know, I'm really not trying to get too super technical with it. So if you want to parent that, just open the group, take the doorknob, and get your select and link, and select that and click that, and then you can close the group, or you can attach it. If I could get out of it. Alright. Okay, well I'm never going to open that anyway. Let's see if I actually did it right. Shift drag. Oops. Nope. I don't care. I'm never going to open that. We'll leave the doorknob where it is. Alright, turn this. Like that. It's facing the correct way. F3, snaps, move tool. F3. And now we have that in place where we need it. But it doesn't have a doorknob because I was an idiot. But, you know, that's the great thing about doing this all, trying to rush it at the same time as trying to show it, is that this is basically how I would really work, just blowing through it as fast as I can, you know, and getting it done. So you are pretty much working with me on this. I don't know why that inherited that. Let me go back over here. Zoom in. That looks fine. And unlink the selection so that it doesn't take on any of the properties that we're going to do with it, like turning it and such. 90. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm going to run into some problems, and I will do my best to actually fix them on the camera so that you can see the crap that I go through and you can go through it with me. Alright, so all the doors are in, I believe, that we need, and that is great. We could actually do something to the front door since it is louvered, or louvered, not louvered, but beveled. Let's open the group and select the door. Hit F4 so I can bring up the wires. And let's do some connections here. Let's do 4 connects, and then let's do the connects this way. I say let's do connects of 2, pinch them together about 50, and slide them towards the top. And let's actually pinch these a little bit more as they slide down to the bottom. Okay, something like this. Okay. We'll select through here and connect. And let's pinch these together a bit long ways. Let's go about 8 and bring it up through here. Okay. And connect this. Let's do this again. Let's do about -5 right there. And then slide it up. -5. And then we'll do this, which we will give about the same. Something like that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is select all of this right here and do something funky. Let's hide the walls. Alright. Let's looking at the front door, let's inset it a little bit, just a smidge, like so, and hit OK. Now let's bevel it. We're going to bevel it in. About -0.8. Just do. This is basically your own free art if you want to. You can copy all this if you want to. Hit OK. I'm going to inset it again. Hit OK. Push this up like this. Just like that. Hit extrude. About 0.15. And hit OK. And then what I'm going to do is take the edges. I'm going to click the edges like this. And chamfer them. Like that. Click OK. And let's just select all of these and hit loop. Hit loop. And chamfer these as well. And hit OK. Now we hit F4. Now we got these little louvered things. Kind of gives it a little bit of a, I don't know, front door look to it, huh? Alright. So now we have that. All the doors are in. And as long as there is no problems, let me hide the windows. As long as there's no problems, it looks like we're good to go to put the patio door in, which we will do next. So I'm going to see if I can find a replacement for my Vista chess, because I don't have Vista anymore. I can't play my chess, so I'm losing it. I got to find a new game to play. So while I do that, get a drink and meet me back here in a minute.